Please buy me. It may be a game of fancy booths and high trading card sales, but if you spend some time on its mean streets, it won't take long to notice the epidemic underneath all of the glamour and the glitz. Within a few seconds, we were able to identify the problem. Please Buy Me has a dark secret. On the mean streets of their servers, there is an epidemic of homeless avatars, living out of tents and doing whatever it takes to make a sale or two. Some, such as this young man here, were unwilling to talk with us. We can only assume, out of shame, of having to dance on the top of his tent in order to attract possible customers. As you'll see in this segment though, we were able to interview a couple avatars and see their thoughts firsthand on what the situation is on the streets. Take Axel here, another one of the poor avatars living out of a tent in Please Buy Me. When we asked him how long he's been living here, he could not recollect. It's been so long that it must feel like forever. We noticed that he doesn't even have shoes on his avatar, and he was unsure that he would even buy shoes if he did get some sales, saying that he had to prioritize other things that he was saving for first. It's not all bad news. Some avatars have their own Zen gardens, food truck booths, or even booths with neon signs. Next, we'll get to speak with Felix, who sat down by the campfire to let us know his story in Please Buy Me. As you'll see in the conversation we had with Felix, one of his main motivations for coming to the streets of Please Buy Me were to get famous and earn Robux. However, things don't always go as they were planning. There are many avatars in the same situation, but if you keep your head up, good people will come by and donate to you. Don't give up. As you see, even a small card purchase can raise somebody's fame, and they will be very grateful. As we found out, the zero fame and low sales of your cards were not limited to just regular avatars. Even players who were not of this world seemed to be struggling on the hard streets of Please Buy Me. As we continued along our journey following the story, we ran into Hud, who is not such a little green man. When we got to talk with him, we found that Hud had been out here for multiple days already and still had yet to make a single sale. However, a little bit of light shined in just at that moment as we saw a random act of kindness by Dino here. Right before I could make the first sale for Hud, Dino jumped in and bought a card from him as well. So after multiple days of struggles and getting nothing, he quickly got 2 sales. There are many out there like Dino willing to come and give sales to new players. However, it can feel like they are far and in between. But let's talk to our next interviewee. One person allowed me to interview them as long as I kept them anonymous and only referred to them as Mr. Wolf. So, Mr. Wolf, when did you arrive in Please Buy Me?
I got here around the summer of last year.
And what motivated you to come here?
I wanted to get famous and rise on video cards.
I see you're working out of a tent currently. Does that mean it hasn't gone well?
Not really. I've been trying to sell trading cards of my character for Robux, but few are buying.
What would you say to the famous and well-off players of Please Buy Me?
Make sure you are helping new players and low-fame players in the community.
Well, you heard it here. Mr. Wolf, thank you very much for your time. And while we found some who were well off, we found many who still had zero fame and were just arriving in the streets of Please Buy Me, working out the basic booths they start with. I couldn't help but wonder, what will their fates be? Will good players like you, the viewer, go and donate to these new players and help them out in the community? Only time will tell. As always, until next time, this is Ice Time, signing off.